Why don't you give us the potted history of how you got to 2001's little gold medal?
Well, what my laboratory discovered, and you have to understand that these are very cooperative and collaborative efforts, and there's many people who have contributed to it, as well as two others who won the Nobel Prize with me. What we worked on was what controlled the reproduction of cells from 1 to 2. Now, we are all made up of billions of cells. We're derived from a single cell. We were all once a single cell, all of us. And the basis of all growth and development, and for that matter reproduction, is to be found in the understanding of the reproduction of a cell from 1 to 2. And what my lab did was to identify the genetic network that controlled that process of reproduction, the start of it, the copying of chromosomes, the hereditary material, the DNA, which has to occur every time a cell reproduces. Also, the bringing about of what's called mitosis, that's the segregation of those chromosomes into two newly divided cells. And all of that's controlled by a network that was discovered in yeast, and that's what I worked on, and which we worked out how all those components, there's not very many of them, but they're very, very important for regulating that process. And we showed it in yeast and then showed it worked in exactly the same way in human beings as well. And the implication of that is that since yeast and human beings are controlled in the same way, this was a mechanism that was probably put in place by evolution 1.5 billion years ago. Dinosaurs were 65 million years ago, they went extinct, so that's just a blink in time in comparison. So every living thing that we can see around us nearly is controlled, the reproduction of their cells, in exactly the same way.